Hello everyone. In this video, we're picking out and sharing the latest topics about Asia. From one of the most famous Reddit-style forums in Japan. Even if you don't understand Japanese, we've translated everything into English subtitles and audio. So you can join the conversation as if you were in Japan. So, let's dive into the discussions happening in Japan. A fake video promoting the independence of Okinawa, Japan, is circulating on social media. A Japanese newspaper analyzed the video using AI tools, and found that a large number of information warfare accounts were involved in spreading it, most of which are from Chinese-speaking regions.
Well, Okinawa, where the US military is concentrated, is definitely a headache for China. It's the same logic as when residents of eastern Ukraine wanted to be annexed by Russia, so Russia annexed them. Huawei's stealth marketing in the past was painfully obvious and bad. Television just doesn't work as well as it used to. If they take Okinawa, next is Kyushu, then Yamaguchi Prefecture, and then Kosovo gets to be independent, so why can't Okinawa? I'm from Okinawa, and I want to declare independence from Japan and join forces with the mainland to bring down Japan. You must be Chinese. But honestly, China's methods are still pretty crude. All they know how to do is brute force. The Western style would be to make it seem like the people genuinely want independence on their own. Recapture the Ryukyus, liberate Okinawa. That's the CCP's slogan. They want to free Okinawa from Japan and reclaim the Ryukyu kingdom, which used to be their vassal. Chinese people always want other people's stuff, but they can't do anything on their own. Exactly. There's no way I'm giving up Okinawa's beautiful seas. Then go ahead and declare independence. The people of Okinawa voted for a governor that aligns with that idea. So it's their collective will. If they don't like it, they can move. Japan's constitution guarantees freedom of movement. The fact that comments like this are even being made means we've already lost the information war. What's China's endgame with Okinawa independence anyway? Kick out the US, occupy Japan, and turn it into a vassal state. They'll probably farm our organs like livestock. They want to turn Okinawa into another Xinjiang. Japan is unified from Hokkaido to Okinawa, unlike Taiwan. So no amount of meddling will work. This kind of soft invasion isn't surprising anymore. If I were serious about defense, I'd just put up Winnie the Pooh dolls everywhere. That should be enough. Isn't China really aiming to turn Okinawa into a Chinese autonomous region? The people of Okinawa today would probably be sent to forced labor camps in China. Okinawa is ideally positioned for China to expand its reach into the Pacific. In Japan, where there's freedom of speech, it's fine to discuss Okinawan independence. If you're upset, how about you Chinese? Try discussing Tibet's independence among yourselves? Japan is already screwed. We're basically left with the option of being a subordinate of either China or the US and South Korea. Japan should start spreading stories about the CCP's wrongdoings on Chinese networks. Under Hu Jintao, China's economy was growing smoothly, and they were successfully painting Japan as the villain on the world stage, while expanding pro-China sentiment globally. But they couldn't swallow their pride and be subordinate to the West. It's clear that China would benefit from Okinawa's independence. Soon enough, they'll start saying that Kyushu belongs to China too. The real invasion path seems to be from Taiwan to Okinawa, or perhaps starting with Okinawa and then surrounding Taiwan. China isn't after Okinawa itself, it's after the resources around it. No. They want Okinawa because it blocks their access to the Pacific. Japan is already practically overrun with foreigners. Look at Tokyo University. where 10% of the students are Chinese. And most of the luxury apartments are filled with Chinese residents. Okinawan independence is the least of our concerns. Japan should hurry up and link internet access to the My Number system. Ordinary Japanese citizens wouldn't be affected. This is probably happening because global power balances are unstable. If Okinawa actually became independent, it would probably face economic collapse. The Japanese government is so clueless. They'll just turn a blind eye to China's actions. China gets mad and calls it interference in internal affairs when people talk about Taiwan. But they love meddling in other countries' business. We can't just ignore the flow of information on the internet anymore, unlike in the old days, when online forums were dismissed as mere graffiti. China's internal divisions are even worse. The pro-democracy movement in Hong Kong was crushed with deadly force. It didn't just disappear on its own. Let's do a swap, send the China-loving Okinawans to China, and bring the Japan-loving Taiwanese to Japan. That would work out for both sides. If the US military pulls out, Okinawa will definitely end up like the Philippines. If they've already identified over 200 accounts involved, why haven't they shut them down? If you say you're against Okinawa's independence, China will push back even harder. But if you bring up the purges of Chinese officials, all the comments stop immediately. Hong Kong, Shenzhen, and Shanghai might declare independence before Okinawa does, and create a new country. Okinawa used to be the Ryukyu Kingdom, which was a vassal of both China and Japan. Historically, the best solution would be for Okinawa to declare independence and go back to serving both. There are war dead resting in the seas around Okinawa. I wonder what they would think of today's Japan. When that Japanese kid was killed in China recently, there were a lot of posts from Chinese accounts saying we should remain calm. Just more proof they're running disinformation campaigns. China, Taiwan independence is a plot by foreign agents. Russia, support for Ukraine is a foreign plot. Japan, Okinawa independence is a plot by foreign agents. The world is run by secret agents.
Did you find this video interesting? We'll keep bringing you fun topics from Japan's online community. Please subscribe to the channel and drop some comments.